My name is Marin Faith Alvaran. I am second year BSIT student. So, the title of my web page is my first HTML web page. Today I will explain the HTML tags that I use and how they work. So, let's begin. The first one is doctype HTML. This is the doctype HTML declaration. It tells the browser that my web page is using HTML5. I place it at the top because every HTML document should start with this declaration. If I remove it, the browser may not display and web page correctly. So the second is HTML. HTML tag is the root element of my web page. All the HTML code is written inside this tag. I use it because every HTML document needs it. Without it, the web page structure would be incomplete. So, the third is head tag. It contains information about the web page that is not shown on the screen, such as the title. I place it before the body because the browser reads the information first. So the next one is the title. So title is my first HTML web page. It sets the name of my web page that appears on the browser tab. I use it so user can easily identify my web page. If I remove it, the browser tab will not have a title. So kung tanggalan ako yun siya kay mawala ang ihang title, dili siya mag-appear. So the next is ang head. This is the closing tag for the head section. It tells the browser that the head information is complete. The next one is body. This is the body tag. It contains all the content that is displayed on the web page, such as headings, paragraph, images, and links. Without the body tag, the web page content will not appear. So next one is ang H1. Welcome to my first HTML web page. So it is the main heading of my web page. I use it to welcome the visitors. It is larger than the others heading, so it is easy to notice. Then next is this is the paragraph tag. I use it to introduce myself. It helps organize my text and makes it easier to read. So if hawaon ako ni siya kay my introduction will not be displayed properly. So dili siya mag-display of ayos. Then next is ang HR or ang horizontal rule tag. It creates a horizontal line that separates different sections of my web page. I use it to make my web page look more organized. So the next is ang H2. So it is a second level heading. I use it as the title for my interesting facts section. It is smaller than the H1 heading. Then the next is ang UL. This is the unordered list tag. It creates a bulleted list. I use it because I wanted to present my fact in an organized way. So ang sulod sa UL is ang LI, tapos ang LI is list item. It is the first interesting fact about me. It tells the readers that I like playing mobile games. Then the last is the second is enjoying listening to music. This is my second list item. Then the third is I love exploring new places and trying different foods. Then sa UL naman, this is the closing tag for the unordered list. It tells the browser that my list has ended. So there ang siya tama lang sa mga list nga akong panghimo. Then the next is H2, my favorite website. This is the other H2 heading. I use it to introduce the next section of my web page, which is my favorite website. So the next is The next is the anchor tag. It creates a clickable link. I use it to share my favorite website, which is TikTok. The attribute contains the website address. So, pimiduto ni mo na siya kay magawas na ang iyang ma-appear na ang karang TikTok nga or unsa man mga libatan din na nga clickable link. So, sa target kay open the website a new browser tab. This allows user to visit the link without leaving my web page. Then, ang H2 is the other second level heading. I use it to introduce my favorite picture section. So, sa image tag, it displays my favorite picture on the web page. It tells the browser where to find my image. Then, I'll provide alternative text if the image cannot be displayed. So with 300 sets the image with the two 300 pixel. I use this tag because I wanted to show my favorite picture of our dogs. Then next is ang P. This is my favorite picture because it captures our 4 dogs together. This is the other paragraph tag or P. I use it to explain why this picture is special to me. It tells the visitors that my 4 dogs bring happiness to our family and reminds me of happy memories. Then the next is body. This is the closing body tag. It tells the browser that all the visible content of my webpage has ended. Then the last one is the closing HTML tag. It marks the end of my HTML document. Every HTML web page should end with this tag. So, muna ako ang code sa HTML. Muna siya tanan. Then, sunod, now I will run my web page using live server. So, as you can see on the browser, this is the output of my HTML code. At the top, you can see the main heading, welcome to my first HTML web page. Then, which was created using the H1 tag. Below the heading is my introduction. This is the display using P. So, below is muna akong heading is ako ang introduction. So, this is the display using the P or paragraph tag. Then, next, you can see a horizontal line created by the HR tag. It separates the introduction from the next section. Below that is the section 3 interesting fact about me, which uses the H2 tag. The 3 facts are displayed as bullet points before I use the UL and LI tags. Muna siyang H2. Then, kani ang ako ang tulo ka interesting facts. So, after ana, kay ang ako ang my favorite websites. Mana niya akong favorite website. So, I use the A or anchor tag to create clickable link that opens TikTok in a new browser tab. So, if pindutin mo na, kay magawas ang iyahang link. YouTube pala yun. YouTube pala yun. Hindi pala yung TikTok. So, muna siya. If pindutan mo ang link kay mo appear ang iyang clickable link kung sa tayo mga gibutan. So, the last one is my favorite picture of our four dogs. I display it using the image tag, and below the picture is a short description using another paragraph tag. So that is my favorite picture. Sa baba na kay another ang iyang description. Gamit ang another paragraph tag. So this shows that every HTML tag has a specific purpose and works together to create a complete web page. Why did you organize your web page this way? So I organize my web page in a simple order. First is my introduction, then my interesting fact. Next is my favorite website, and lastly my favorite picture. I arrange it this way so it is easy to read and understand. So why did you choose these HTML tags? I choose these HTML tags because they are the basic tags that every beginner should learn. They help me create a complete web page with headings, paragraphs, lists, links, and images. The next is, why do you use headings, paragraph, lists, links, and images? I use headings to separate each section of my web page. I use paragraphs to explain my information. I use lists to organize my interesting fact. I use a link so visitors can visit my favorite website, and I use an image to make my web page more interesting and personal. So if you're given more time, what improvement that would you make? So if I were given more time, I would improve the design by adding CSS to make the web page more colorful and attractive. So I would also add more picture, more information, and maybe some buttons or animation. So what are the most important concepts about HTML that you learn from this activity? So the most important thing that I learned is that HTML is used to create the structure of a web page. Every HTML tag has a specific purpose, and all of them work together to display the content correctly. Which HTML tags do you think that are the most essential for creating a web page? So, para sa kuha kay feel ako kay ang body tag mo ang pinaka most essential kay tungod it contains everything that user can see on the web page. So if wala ni, there would be no visible content. I also think the HTML tag is the important because it contains the entire HTML document. So what difficulties did you encounter while creating your web page, and how did you solve them? So first, I had difficulty running my web page using live server, displaying my image because the file name did not match. I solved the problem by checking my HTML code, making sure the image file name was correct, and asking for help when I needed it. Nag-ask ko sa akong friend po if unsa ang mali. Nag-help ko ano. So, how was this activity help you better understand and how websites are built? So this activity helped me understand that websites are built step by step using HTML tags. I learned that each tag has a different function, and when they are combined correctly, they create a complete web page. So the last question is, what is one thing that you still want to learn about HTML? So I still want to learn more about HTML, forms, tables, and semantic tags. I also want to learn CSS and JavaScript so I can create websites that are more beautiful and responsive and interactive. So, dito na po nagtatapos ang aking presentation. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you learned something from my presentation. Have a great day and God bless us all.